be amongst with youths like you and seniors like Sri Chandasappa and others. Respected Dr. M.N. Chandasappa, the director of this prestigious institution, Siddhaganga Institute of Technology, Tumkur, Dr. Shivkumar Iyer, the Chief Executive Officer of this institution, Dr. K.P. Shivananda, the principal, your beloved principal, the other dignitaries on the dais, students, leaders, and ladies and gentlemen. Your campus is decorated as beautiful as you all. Naturally, it is a youth festival and it is fest, carnival, coupled with cultural program. What a wonderful combination. Youth is an energy. Not only his energy, he creates energy surrounding him and is a backbone of the country. The festival, indeed, it creates fun, it creates interest, it brings joy in everyone. And the life needs to be enjoyed. Unless you have a joy in your life, you don't enjoy the life. Institute like this, which is one of the premier institutions in Karnataka and also in country, I may say that what is the purpose of institute like this or any other engineering institution? You take the history, ancient history, and today if I am standing here, it is because of you. If I am speaking to you with a loud voice, it is because of you. The socio-economic development of any country is identified by the skill of the engineers. They are the backbones and they are the true developer of the nation. You just look at the development that has taken place in our country and how important is the engineering course. Everything which, whether it is you or I, enjoy on the earth is contributed by these great skills of the engineers only. If nation has to develop, behind every development there is a contribution by the engineer. Students, everybody has got a talent. Everybody got ideas. And today, the country is giving more scopes to the youngsters, and particularly youths, and particularly the students of the technology colleges, technology. I had an occasion to talk to one of my budding engineer. I mentioned it to your professor yesterday. A youth friend, son of my friend, who was still in college, engineering college, he started an industry. He is known, many of you must be knowing his name. He is a Mudda. At 22, when I was in office of Apollo Kayakta, he came with a problem saying that I am denied with a license to start an industry on the ground that I am a student. The reason was, as a student you cannot start. Then he fought and got the license. He started his industry, small scale industry, the 3D printer, and it was in a garage. Slowly he developed, and he wrote a book, which I and my Justice Shivraj Patil released it. The book was titled as 69 Rejections. I really wondered when he gave the book, why he wrote rejections. The rejections, 69 rejections were where he attempted to sell his product, what he had developed, that was not accepted by the market for 69th time. But he struggled to sell it after 69th failure. Today, in a span of 2-3 years, he has got nearly 25 to 30 engineers working under him, and he has got an industrial area running a span of more than 14 to 15,000 square feet. Such a skill, and he is identified none other than by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who spoke to him also. Why I am mentioning to you is, each one of you have got ideas, and today's world is an information world. You have an information on every development elsewhere in the world. You have talent in yourself, inbuilt talent. Ideas are many, but unless you put it to use and coupled with your research and analytical mind, you will waste your energy, you will waste your ideas. There was one saying which came in WhatsApp also. It said, the person asked, which is the richest place in the world? Many said many things, that this is the richest place, that is the richest. Ultimately, one person said, the richest place is the graveyard. Everybody is surprised, how could it be richest place in the world? See, there are many talents, many intellectuals, many persons who had so many ideas in their mind, but they could not spell out, they could not put it to use, but they were buried in the ground. That is why he said, such an idea if had been put to use for production and development, that would have been much, much better than what we are today. So, burying that body along with an idea is burying the intelligence, burying the talent, burying your ideas. Ideas and information put together, and your analytical mind and analysis and research-oriented search is what is needed today. All of you must have. I saw the last film was the Three Idiot films, and most of you have seen it. But the message which he has given, message that is given in the picture, was the hidden talent in you, hidden talent. The Wangdo is not a fictitious character. It's a real character from Ladakh. Most of you must be knowing, and he was shown on the TV. He was not an engineer, but he had that skill, engineering skill in himself. He did not opt for degree, but he developed such wonderful bricks which could be used in Ladakh, where the temperature would be minus 20, 22. And the house built by brick would change the entire temperature, brings down to more than half, so that the people living in places like Ladakh, Srinagar or beyond, they can live with a warm house without expenditure. This is an idea developed. See, that is what, unless you know your idea, you have to wake up your engineer inside your soul, then you will definitely, why these startups are given importance, why your college is also having now separate wing for that. It is not just reading a book and going for a degree and taking a job. What you read must understand, not for the purpose of getting marks, but understand and use it for yourself and bring out the talent in you to know what you can best you can bring for yourself and for the country and for the others also. Each one of you, I have come across many persons. Many persons have an idea, but they never put it to use. That makes the failure. It is not that always it is said that you must think out of the box. It is very common. Whenever we go for study, myself, I went to college because I did not have any choice. After SSLC in my town, there was a college, I went to college. If there was no college, I don't know whether I would have gone to the college or not. Then after college, I was not meritorious student. I was not intelligent like you, could go to the engineering or medical. So the last resort was to choose some education, continue my education. That was the law. I did my law. Then what to do if I don't get the job? I have to go about the practice. I started practice. Why I am saying is, it is not that what you get in book, but what you have in your mind, what best. There was a case in America. An Afro-American lawyer fought for the children. His question before the court was that how can you teach 20, 30 children in one classroom? Then, yes, how can you teach individual children? It has to be in classroom. He said, you are teaching A, B, C, D to A to 1 to 20. The child doesn't like A, B, C, D. The other child doesn't like the mathematics. Other child may not like it. You must understand what the child likes, what the child wants to learn. This is what he fought it. In classroom, you confine them in a classroom and teach them what the book says. Then you are wasting his ideas. The child may be having bright ideas. He may be a musician, he may be the singer, he may be any artist, he may be anything. But identifying that is the skill of a teacher, where he will identify that what the child needs, and how best we can bring out the talent from the child. This type of education I found in the Dakshin Kannada district. I will not name the school. I was invited as a chief guest in that festival. That was also annual festival, a very large scale festival. Then they took around the school and the colleges. One of the babysitting type area, where I saw it was called as a Gurukula. Then I asked, what is that you are teaching here? We are not teaching anything. They said, we are not teaching anything. Then how do you manage it? All the children will come here, assemble, they go, there is a big hall where they will have a small carpet, they have to bring it and sit there. And what they do it? They have kept so many things in the classroom, outside also. The child will go around and do something what it wants to do. The child takes the bricks or the wooden blocks or something, it will try. Some child will go and play in the sand, some child go and play in the mud, some child will go to before the water and do something. This is what they were doing. Then how do you teach them? They said we will teach all the alphabetics or the numericals only when the child starts scratching on the wall. When it starts scratching on the wall on its own, then we will know that the child wants to write something. This is what the beginning of 3 to 5 years they allow the child. Suppose the child starts molding the mud and making something, they also identify the talent this child has got. No, it is not just an idea, I am saying. So you are in such a college, you are in a technical college and engineering. Look, just one example. Go back to 1930s, 40s. Chanbasar must know, he knows it, that entire South Karnataka, if had prospered, it is not by anything, but by the skill of Sir M. Visvesvaraya, a great engineer. Look at his contribution, his ideas. Those times he found that the KRS has to be constructed. Had not been constructed, there would have been water crisis. See, he came to Karnataka not as a regular engineer. He came after debuting, he retiring from Maharashtra. Look at, these are the ideas, these are the skills which are within you. Swami Vivekananda also said it. You identify yourself. There is something in your soul, something in your mind. You trace out that. Everything is within you. You need not search anywhere. So, when you have such ideas, when you have information, today's world is so close to each other. Every noise, information, everything that you want in the world, it is there on your laptop at your fingertips. You get everything on your laptop, everything on your tips. This information definitely will help the engineering students to bring a change to the country. This is what I am saying, it is because it's my personal opinion. But I only want that your energy, your talent should not be wasted just by getting a degree or just getting a job All right, job is necessity, money is necessity, and you need to work. That does not mean that you suppress your ideas. When you have ideas, when 3 or 4 engineers sit together, they generate ideas. Always that is the most important thing for any professional. When they sit together, you take any discipline in the academic, any discipline, whether it is medical, whether it is lawyer, it is always connected with the engineer. Unless there is some development, innovation, those innovative ideas, what you have in your mind and what you have hidden in yourself, trace out it, bring that to the light and put it to use. Don't bother, and always one who fails will succeed. Failure, that is always said, failure is the milestone for success. Never get hurt, never discourage yourself because you failed in an attempt. But make an attempt once again. If you fail second time, also make an attempt. Definitely there is a light ahead of you. Friends, it's a great opportunity for me, and this is a really festival time for you all. You want to enjoy the fun, you want to enjoy the culture. I just mentioned, what is culture? Culture is an identity of individual or a group of association, group of persons. And the country in which we are living has an abundant culture. Every place to place you have a different culture. Every area has a different culture. Every community has got different culture. India is unity in diversity. Wonderful culture we have, everything. Whether it is a food, whether it is a cloth, whether it is the art, whether it is a dance, whether it is folk singing, whether it is the learning or yoga or anything. You take variety of cultures we have. Identifying our own culture along with the culture, other culture, and what you called as a fusion, now you call it as a fusion, and make a new thing. This is where your ideas come. Fusion is something new. So the cultural event is to protect your own culture and bring about something new to the society and respect the tradition culture which we have borrowed from our ancestors, particularly respecting the others, respecting the elders, which you don't find it. Swami Vivekananda, when he was in Chicago, his speech was attracted by many world religious leaders. Reason is, it is the only one country where we identify our relations with each other. Otherwise, every religious head who came for that congregation, he started his speech, and I said it in the beginning, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we said it. But Swami Vivekananda, when he started his speech, he mentioned brothers and sisters. So he brought the entire world close to him. He identified them as his part of his own family. That is where we respect each individual as a relative to us, as a nearer to us. And that is what our culture is. Friends, this is the most enjoyable time, and I must thank the principal and the professors who last minute they wanted me to come here, and I gave me an opportunity to come here to share my thoughts and also enjoy your festival, beautiful campus and wonderful students and most charming girls and most charming institutions and professors. All of you are enjoying. I wish you all the best and best festival. Thank you very much.